I'm coming at you out of the trash. What have I been doing for the past 4 years? You have seen my emotions in 3,000 videos. I have shown you my spirit and given you my soul. For those who don't know me and think I'm not paying attention, it's because I am. But I'm not paying attention the way you see it, the way the globe sees it and expects it to be upon the perception of another. I am engulfed into something that I had created from something, which is really from nothing, 10 years ago. My life was bland. I had an idea, but I didn't know where it was going, but I didn't stop to strive, and I advanced. And through that, they gave me pills and told me stories of how I should be, and people started to look at me different. And they still do. They haven't seen what I have done, what I have accomplished, but for me, I have. As for those who see different, well, that's what they see. I cannot live in your world and say, good, that's what you see. You made good judgment. I cannot judge when you judge. I am not here to judge, but I am here to understand my way and perceive how others see my way. And I can go. I'm not going to knock anybody down or take anything away, but you can't push something into an area that does not exist. I have this thing that I am doing, that I draw and I paint, and yesterday I sat on here, made 3 hours in videos, and I drew and I went through. You want to see this book? It's full, right? It's full basically. See, all the pages are basically full, right? Would you like to see when I started this book? October 14th. It's the 16th. Started at 4 p.m. I finished it in 2 days. Why? Because I'm sitting and doing nothing and worrying. I'm understanding. I'm perceiving. Am I advancing? I go where I need to go. I have to go where I want to go, and to go with the flow of where I know I should go. And I do that, but others see that I do not. This is what this video is about right now. First of all, I want to tell you about the two letters N and M. These two letters, N and M, and, okay, I'm going to come up and show you what this is all about. And 5775 is where the 5, I'm going to try and find this, and I might be a little out of sync. 5775, which is right here, where this number, or this shape, okay, that shows one doorway on 5-7, is actually right over here and right over here. It's two doorways. It's the number 1. It's the upside down building of 3 stories and the doorway that goes all the way in. See the way it goes all the way in? Goes all the way into doorway. 1 and 1. L and L, the horse. And you walk all the way into the feeding system that roosts upon your head. Cock-a-doodle-doo. 57M is a link between one side and the other, in which N, which is the continuation of the inside, which is like 2 bugles. Jump to the other side, she said. Jump to the other side. So she wasn't sleeping, so she used a springboard kangaroo from one pouch into the next pouch. How they moved sides, up and around. 2 sides to a center. Put them together and you look like you have 77. Stand them up, and this 77, don't forget, this is to the outside and this is to the up and down. Okay? There's 3 worlds, left, right, and center. The center takes up the combination of the 2 worlds in which I am in the middle. Now you see this one over here is the same thing, the same concept as this number 7 over here and this 7 over here. But now I draw the straight line, and now it looks like Z and Z. No, It's N and N. N14, HIV. When you link two N's and N's and N's, 3 links in a row, you linked over here. See the way it made the lamed? You see what it is? Comes down, makes the staircase, goes down. You see the W it turns into? Coming in from one world, going out to the next. This is only the separation because it's separated. Have you ever seen the Magen David star? Well, this is the way the Magen David star starts. So you put one here, one in there, and one mouse in there, right? Because the mouse can't go up. You just push on the mouse, and you connect them together, and it does this. This is your crown. You see this over here? That's the same thing Mickey Mouse has. You ever see that? You ever see what Mickey Mouse has? You ever see Mickey Mouse's hand? Yeah, or sorry, Mickey Mouse's face. I got to show you Mickey Mouse's face. Now, where is this? Which book am I in? And I'd like to show you Mickey Mouse's face. I think it's somewhere in yesterday. Because Mickey Mouse's face actually turns out to be a hand. Okay? Mickey Mouse's face turns out to be a hand. Do you remember what I just showed you in the N? It's the same thing. 8, 8, 8. 8 is 2 sides. In between this leaf over here and this half circle here creates an X. There's an X here, there's an X here, and there's an X here. X, 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 24, 24, 24 equals 72. XXX Roman numerals equals to 30, and at the same time, okay, it equals to 30, 20, 10. 60 equals to 60 and 30 is 90. Why? Because when you get 3 X's in a row, they count together. The same thing in mathematics. When you add 1,000, you put the comma. You put them together when you go bowling. But in bowling, you have other worlds. Don't forget in bowling, the reason you have the last 3 is because 159 comes at 3 of them. Three of the things come together as a package. They put them together as a package. You get 3 in a package, and then you get 4, 7, and 8, and you get 2, 3, and 6 come together. If you're doing it in low shu, it comes to a package with 3, 8, and 1, which is the Christ spirit. And then the package in low shu then from the 2 positions would be 9, 2, and 7, which would be the red planet, the red dog, the big red dog. Okay? This is the turtle, the way it would go. You see the way it goes? This one encircles these 3. This one encircles these 3. This is only one confirmation, okay? We're gonna just leave that now, and we're gonna we were talking about the X's, right? Let's not forget about the X's. So now the question is, what about the V's? Well, in between here and here, there's 1 V, and in between here and here, there's 2 V's, and in between here and here, there's 3 V's. V equals 66. It also equals 15 equals 77 of the Christ. It's only the separation of the design, because every design and every area must be filled, even if it's with blue gas. They'll have you laughing. Laugh in. Get the laugh in. All the smiley faces. Look, smile, smile, sadness. 2 eyes. Is it the nose? It's 2 eyes and the nose. This here is the bridge. You want me to show you this bridge? I want to show you that bridge. It's right here. Your nose. The Magen David. The bridge is your nose. Look, whoop. You're either going in, you can look at how is your perception now? How is your perception? And N14 actually says DNA. You know, like DNA Anderson. Another thing I wanted to show you is a skeleton has this for a nose. This is what it shows. And then this for a nose, and then it shows you 2 areas here and here. And it actually looks like Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. These are the teeth or the zipper that goes below the nose. So why would we need a zipper below the nose? Because where she blows the nose, down below where the hose is a zipper that's this way. And then it's a zipper that's this way. It becomes the organs in our body that comes out from our nose, because it seems like the head up here and the head down there have a lot in common, other than what we don't understand is the similarities and the differences and the calculations of the numbers that bring them even closer together. The other thing I wanted to show you from the start is this formation and this formation over here. I'm going to try and show it to you on another piece of paper if I could. One other thing before I go, I want to show you this before I miss it. This here, okay, this is the letter M, this is the letter W. These are all the in-betweens and actions that create to get the letter M. And here's what happens. There's one in at the top, 2 on each side gives you the M. Then in between the two sides and beside the center point is another division to the division. These are the 3 to the division of the 2 on the outside of the 1. That's the difference. Are you following me? Now, we did these 2 things, and look what we built. Who's watching us now? See the W or 3 in this side? See the W or 3 in this side? It also looks like the lamed in Hebrew. Well, it's the stilts that hold this V up between the 2, because by putting the V in the 2, it now ignites this side with this side. And now you feel the waters in to keep the weight on. You motion, you flow the 2 sides, and you have the 2 sides from the 2 worlds. Why? Because you see there's only 2 lines. I have to have another line that opens up a door on this side and a door on this side that comes together to open one door down the center. Okay? The same thing for the waters. It's the same inside for the waters. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing with the pool ball. If we did this to the pool ball and we had 6 levels, and we had this to the pool ball of 6 levels is 12, we'd have 3 levels over here. That'll make 15 balls. That would be the division between the 2 balls that create the stripe, showing the above and below. See? The plateaus, the mountains and the plateaus. Okay? This is what it would look like in 3 parts, 2 slices, 14 by 4. If we had to recreate 2 waterways and a passage, or a passage over the top, we need a line here and a line up. We need a line down and a line up to create the W, but now we need the caps here and here. Now these caps, why do we call them caps? Why do we do this? Because when we weld, okay, here's a piece and here's a piece. Either we bend it or we weld it. It's a U or it's a V. Okay, well actually that's completely different. I wasn't going to get into fractal time or the Mayan time. Mayan, 20 months, 18 days, 6 days, 3 days and 1 day, 6 days, 3 days and 1 day, 24 hours in a day. We have 6 days when we are awake for 16 hours, 96 total. When we are asleep, 6 days by 8, 48 total. 48 and 96 is 144, 12 by 12. Then we have a cycle of 3 days, and the actual work is 6, 3, 1. 3 days and 1 day, and 6 days and 1 day, and 3 days and 6 days and 1 day. Okay, and the same thing links with the piano. But the screw up of everything is everybody knows when we did the X's before. Remember the 3 X's of 72? We did. Let me go back to that other one over here. Okay, XXX is 72. 10, 10, 10 is 30, is 102, but in the 30 is a 6 because 30 brings 36. So 36 and 72 is 108. 108 is 10 and 8. When you go 10 and 8, or whichever way you really want to go, if you count 1 to 8, it equals 36 creation. But if you count 10 and 8, you divide it between 9 and 11, because in between 8 and 10, which is something to do with God or Jewish heaven or something, we have 9, 11, 10 and 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. At the same time, we have 72 and 36. Okay, that's your 108. The 0 in 108 gets a 6 because it's talking about an area. So you have to put a life inside the area. You now make the 0 a 6. You get 168, and that's behind your cellular. And the gentleman that I watch his video, it's in his video also. So now you have your reason for your X's and your 2 worlds. And your V is the same thing. We also wanted to say that time should be 90 seconds in a minute, because it takes 4 corners to create that cube, and that cube, the way I see it, is like this. You go 2 this way and 2 this way. You need to fit a cube here, right? So you take 2 this way. Okay, now you have to take 2 this way and 2 this way, and that's how you create that. Okay, but if you really want to do it a little bit different, you go up to here. Okay, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you run it all the way down to here, and you run it all the way to here and here. You see what I did between here and here? If this gets pulled, right, the reason for the 5, the reason for the double 0 is because the 5 position plays in all the worlds. So it twists this way and this way. It just keeps doing this and this and this and this. And the reason for that is shown right over here. You see it on the you see it on the 2? Well, look, this way and this way. And you can see the 2 is in all the numbers. The 2 is in 5, the 2 is in 3, the 2 is in 6. So if you took 2 out of all the numbers, the 6 would equal to 4. The 5 would equal to 3. So that'd be, the 4 would equal to 2, and the 2 would equal to 0, but the 1 would always be 1. So you'd have 1, 2, 6, 3, okay? But that wouldn't happen because it's this 2 or this 2. So all the 2's would be gone. So if all the 2's are gone, all that would be left is 1, and 1, and 1, and 2. This one and this one. That's all would be left. 1, 1, 1, 2. The end. This one, I think it's pulled. You have to understand. I'm going to show you another picture. Okay. I forget about the Mayans for right now. Okay. I also drew that same design here. Okay. That design is on my floor. Where's my floor? I lost my floor. I'm trying to look for that design. It's right here. The design is here. The answer to this design is 1013, 811, 1923, 1929, 48 space. Einstein creates relativity and the passage of the flow of 5 and 5, one valve for 2 worlds, which is 26 and 29 black in the roulette. You can play these together at 17 to 1 because they're black on black. This is your upside down 2 worlds, but don't forget, if you turn them and distort them, there are cubes in between. Here's the 2 riverways, but in all actuality, we sit one of these. But what is this? If you take a look in the deck of cards, take out the Jack card. His hat fills right into here. His hat fills this space, fills this space and this space. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ring, ring, fish, diamond connected together. H and I of 2 worlds. And if you take a good look at it, H and I in 2 worlds. And if I do this properly, and you want to link this properly and you take a look at it, this is the design of Rodin's coil right here that holds up these 2 surfaces of the pyramids. The Mayan, see this design over here where we have the 2 kissing fish coming together? This is what the reflection in Mayan in numbers. When I take Mayan in numbers, 41715, this is what it turns out to. If I do it in low shu, it does this. But this is only singular. This is like a prime number. You must twist this. Turn it around. Keep putting that 4 here, here, here. 4 would show up in every corner. 5 would show up everywhere. 7 would end up over here. You reverse everything and you move it once, twice. And every time you move it, you recreate another design. I didn't do it. There's too much work. The other thing I wanted to mention is that when you're putting lines on numbers, I'm going to show you it fresh, that when you come over here, it's a point. But over here, can you see this? You see the way I'm in this on the point of 2 circles, right? That'll count for my 8. But when I go over to the next square over here below it, there's no dot in the center. The dot is all the way here. So if I draw a line this way, I have to go on both sides. So I get a marking here and I get a marking here. This is why you cross your T. Is there anything else I wanted to say? You know, sometimes I say a little too much. The Mayans, another thing, in baseball, you throw a pitch. In your hand is a ball. But they use the terminology ball for when the pitch is not in a square area. So that means if you take a ball and you pitch it in baseball, okay, I'm going to write this down. You pitch a ball, but you throw a ball. Throw a pitch. But you're not throwing a pitch because otherwise you'd be screaming, "Oh, is that my pitch?" Scream, pitch, ball. So ball, okay, you get to walk. Now, a strike has to happen in the box. So strikes are in boxes. You wait in the batter's circle to get a ball to walk again. So strike, X marks the spot, is all in here. And wherever the spot is, how small. So a ball you throw can be a strike. It's always a ball, but if you get 4 balls, that means you go to first. So the pitcher throws me the first 3 balls. 2 of them were strikes, 1 was a ball. He threw me 1 more ball. It was a ball. I went to first. Umpire looks at me. He says, you only got 2 balls. He says, no, he threw all 4 balls. I'm going to first. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. There was one more. Do you know this guy? His sad face, his 2 eyes, his little thing. This is what 6 and 8 is all about. 6, 7, 8. You like the dog with his nice ear, his 2 little eyes. He's putting over his ear. This is 888. This is the extension of the arms. Everything extends. The edge of everything. If I have a box that's like this, square, is it square? Absolutely not. Unless the box is completely finished, if it had to be glued, taped, welded, well, that's a continuation. If you see a line of something, even if the line is welded, just continue that line. I'm going to just do that real quick. Here, let's do that real quick. So we're going to take this, and let's just do this. Okay, now this, okay, you see this line? I go all the way up. You see this line? I'll go all the way down. You see this line? I'll go all the way up. You see this line? I'll go all the way up. See this line? I'll go all the way up. See this line? I'll go all the way down. See this line? I'll go all the way down. See this line? All the way down, all the way down, all the way up, and all the way down. So eventually these 2 lines meet. Eventually these 2 lines meet. And in between, this is our happy medium, and this is our roadway. And at the end, what you always get is 4 and 4, 44, back to back. Inside is 77, which makes the creation of the IH heaven, 9 by 8, 72. Anyways, it's as simple as that. The other thing I wanted to mention, yes, there was one more thing. When the numbers cross over, as you can see in here, okay, when I run from this, I duplicate it because I took this and made them the same and made 2 alike in the center and put these 2 together. But these 2 will be together in between here and here. That gives you your 100 yards of football. Okay, but if you take a look, this is the Illuminati sign inside of here. I didn't do it any further. Hold on a second. This is now you have your Illuminati sign. But let me finish, because when you cut out the one corner, right, the value in here is 4 boxes, but they're half boxes. So 4 equals 8. 8 plus 1 center is 7 out of 8, and 1 actually is now 7 out of 9. Okay? The one part that you do not use is the 1/8, or actually it should say the 1/9. The 1/9, the 1/9, the 1/9, the 1/9. 4 boxes of 1/9, 4, 9 equals to your Mars connection to your Pluto. Inside here, you get the other quarter. You see the above and then the below? And it happens in each of these boxes. You just cut out everything, and everything has to be the same as long as you make everything the same. Raphael 7286, it was 2323. Somebody asked me a question the other day, and I can't answer that question. I am what I am. It is what it is. I take every moment and pray that every moment is great. I try to do the best that I can. If it's not the best for somebody, let me know. I'll see if I can change. If I can't change, I surely won't do anything against you. Thank you.